Hi everyone, I hope you're well. Thank you for joining me today in the studio. It's a sunny day. It always cheers me up when it's sunny, and I know it's the same for you guys at home. I've just been reading all your lovely comments. It's pretty much sunny everywhere, isn't it? So I hope you're all well. Thank you for joining me again today. We are here every day unless I'm at TV. So welcome to the studio. If you are tuning in for the first time, it's lovely to see you all. Yesterday we had a lot of new faces, and it's lovely to see the lovely ladies and gents that are here every single day are part of the family now. And as you tune in every single time, you'll probably start the conversation before we even go live, and you will quickly realise that the Stamps by Me community, the Eureka fan page community, is a force to be reckoned with. There are some super talented crafters, there are some newbie crafters who come for inspiration, but we are truly a group that stick together for one, that inspire one another, and would give the last piece of craft or the last pound in our pocket if we had to. It makes me super proud to know we have a group that care, share and inspire. And if we ever find out if nobody's not doing that, they will be out of here. So welcome everybody. If you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to click the subscribe button and don't forget to click the bell. That lets you know about all our notifications when we are live. And we also give away the makes after studio, and what I'm going to do is I'm not just going to look at the comments on Facebook, I'm also going to incorporate the live comments in studio also, so nobody misses out. I appreciate some of you are not actually on Facebook, so I will incorporate all the names and I'll pick a winner from everybody that comments. So thank you for tuning in time and time again and commenting time and time again. We've had some lovely winners and I've had some amazing. That's not the best today. Hopefully it will sort itself out and you'll all be able to watch in peace. I am going to do two lovely demos today, and then afterward, if we've got time, I'm going to run through Craft Academy. I have had a couple of messages saying, has it started, what's it about? I have popped it on Facebook, and I have this morning attached a link saying, you know, if you do want to get involved, you can just follow the link and watch me talk through the Academy. But if I do get a chance at the end, because it's really not fair on all the people that have heard me say it 2 or 3 times, but if I do get a chance, I will quickly run through the stamps that are within the 12-week programme and just talk you through how you can get that actual stamp. My son's at the door, despite saying 5 minutes before he didn't want to be in the studio. So I think the buffering has gone and everything is fine. So let's crack on and let's do something amazing. In today's studio, I am going to use these products. Now I know a lot of you have maybe received your lovely paper pad, stamp and coordinating die. If you haven't received it yet, I'm sure it's on its way. If you have an alternative in your stash, you can use an alternative. Please don't forget though that if you don't have the products in studio, please don't worry about it. It's not a problem. Dig through your stash and see what you have. Albeit if you do want to buy the products, that's amazing, and we do appreciate that, but we do not encourage people to overspend or stretch beyond their means. So if you are a crafter like me, you will have everything in your stash to do any of the inspiration that we do in studio. So if you do want any of the products, you can quickly search them on FBL in our search engine and go and find them. If you have these, you can craft along. You can already see here, can't you, a little sneak peek of what's going on. So they're what we're going to be using in studio, and I'm just going to do some clean and simple cards like we did yesterday. I really enjoyed yesterday's cards, and as you can see, I think they are over this side. I have announced the lovely winner today as well for one of the handmade cards in studio, so I'm just waiting on that lovely lady to let me know her address and we'll get it posted back out to you. So I think everything's good. I'm just reading the comments. If you ever see me looking like I'm looking at the floor, I'm not. The TV screen is just in front of me and I'm just making sure I don't miss any questions. So first of all, I'm going to sit down. Okay. I'm just going to pull my chair in here. So today's card is going to be pretty simple, but I think quite effective, and I think it's a quick card that you can make just really quickly if you need a card, but it looks like you've probably spent a bit of time on it. So what I have here is a 5x7 white card. Now you know I love my top folding note cards, but today I'm just using the traditional, I don't even know what it's called. I don't actually use these cards very often. Card blank. Yeah, that's what it'll be, 5x7 card blank. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to do something a little bit different. Now I have the leaf stamp from the stamp set, which is this one on here. So you can see here, it's this large leaf one, and this is a beautiful stamp that just works as an entity on its own. It doesn't have to work in conjunction with the flower, and that's exactly what I'm going to do first off. So because I'm going to be doing some repeat stamping, I've just got it on my acrylic block here, but if you're not the most confident stamper, please use your stamping aids, whether it be the Eureka or whatever you've got in your stash, please use them. But for ease, because I'm using a stamping all over, I'm just going to go for it with my acrylic block. Black ink pad 2, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to ink up this stamp, get lots of ink on there, lots of light taps all over the stamp. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stamp. Let me just put a piece of card underneath there because I don't want the ink to go all over my mat. It's just taking me ages to clean it. So I'm just going to grab this ink. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some random stamping. So I'm just going to place that down. Never take both your hands off the block. Just ensure you've always got one hand on. So if you take one off to move, make sure the other one is holding it secure. And then you get a beautiful print on there. So let's ink up again. So you've noticed I'm stamping straight onto the card blank today. Normally we would do a mat and layer, but we're not going to do that today. We're doing something different. So push that down. Like so. Twist it around. Now you could do this in like a green ink pad, it would look beautiful. I'm just doing it in black. Try and chop it up so the design's a little bit irregular. So let's go down this side here. So we can see we're getting a beautiful like background pattern going on here. So let's make, oop, did you see that? Look at that, I've just clicked that page. Do be careful with that, guys. So I'm just going to try and line that back up best I can. There we go. Like so. So I'm not overly concerned about this top part because we're going to do something with that. We're going to be a bit creative today and do something a little bit different. So what I'm going to do, might change it for you, might make it a little bit better. Just check that one out first. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to open the card and I'm just going to create an embellishment in this top corner on the inside of the card. And I'm just going to go over this top corner here. Like so. So we've got some detail on the inside of our card too. So let's just clean this one off. And let's just set our card aside. And then on this piece of cardstock we've got going on here, just going to stamp another one on this piece of cardstock here. And we're going to use the coordinating die to cut this one out. There we go. I'm just going to dry that with my gun or else the ink will go onto my plates. Is it all good now? Okay, yeah. I think you can see from the comment there from Tim, YouTube are experiencing a few problems. Oh, it seems a lot of people it's helped a lot of people, that one, Tim, thank you. Yeah, it seems it's a YouTube problem and maybe not the internet problem. So I'm going to stand up now and I'm going to use the lovely coordinating die. So that's from this one here, which coordinates with the stamp. See that there? There we go. I'm going to use this outline die for this lovely floral part here, which is nice because we don't have to fussy cut. She says we're going to use it. What have I done with it? What have I done with it? That's typical, isn't it? Oh, let's see if I've popped it in the stamp packaging. There is always that chance. Ta-da! Honestly, I do like to confuse myself at times. So I'm going to pop this lovely outline around this stamp. You get the beautiful 1mm border. So I'll just pop it round best I can, and I'm not overly concerned if I don't get it lined up, you know, perfect, because it still looks okay even if you don't get it quite right. So I'll just grab my mats. We'll cut this one out. Oh, my cup of tea. I've got a big cup of tea, look. It's like a goldfish bowl. Has everybody else got a cup of tea? So whilst this is running through, I already have cut 3 ahead of time, and I started to colour them before we went live to air. So in total I've actually got 4. Whether I'll use 4 or not's another matter, but it's always better to have a few left over and maybe save them for another project than be short. So then you get this beautiful, there we go. You can see there. So this makes a beautiful project on its own without the floral element, should you wish. So I'll just set that one aside. Let's move our plates. And let's bring our card back into play. So let's add some colour to this. Let's bring it to life. So I have 2 distress inks. I have the lovely Lucky Clover and Twisted Citron, 2 completely different shades of green. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add some colour direct onto here. So let's just grab my palette for now, this one for now. Right, I'm just going to pop some of this green onto my mat here. And what we're going to do is we're not going to start trying to do light and shade and understanding where the light's coming from. We're just going to literally lay some colour on here, and you'll see why in a second. So let's just get some nice diluted colour on there. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop it into this petal, and I am going to leave like a white edge around because I feel that gives you instant light and shade. So I'm going to quickly go around. Now I'm doing this quite fast because I have got 2 demos, but you could take more time at home. So literally I'm just doing 2 strokes in each leaf in this, and this is the Lucky Clover, is this one. You could paint this one in autumnal colours, that would look quite pretty. So there we have 2 of our leaves already. So literally nothing fancy. I'm not trying to be an artist. Just get some colour on there, and this will lift your card instantly just with a little bit of green on there. So just get a little bit more. Could make a nice Christmas card actually, wouldn't it? So that's the front part covered, just get this little bit of detail in there like so. And then I'll just dry that one off. I always get asked that question, what glue do I use too? I use so many variations of glue, you would not believe. They all suit a specific purpose, so it depends what I'm trying to achieve. I use one for matte and layering, I use one for MDF, I use a lot. I've probably got about 4 different ones. I use my PT together for my intricate details because of the precision nib. I use them all. Well done, Gillian, for finding that HD button. Has the quality increased? Is it better for you? At least you know now when you are watching it, it's one of those little buttons that help you out a little bit. Oh, it's amazing. Well done, sweetheart. At least you've got that sorted. So if you are having problems, if you just click that little button, it's probably going to help you a little bit. So I'm just colouring the inside now because I'm bringing this inside part to life. There we go, you can see, so we've got our front, which has got some green elements on there, and we've got our inside. And I do think the envelope and inside of cards always get left, but if you have the time to stamp maybe the coordinating image on the inside, it really does look really, really beautiful. Right, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to grab my scoreboard. Sorry about the noise. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn back this top corner and make it look like it's folded back. So I'm just going to pop it into my Eureka scoreboard, and I'm just going to grab my score tool. I'm just going to pop it on my scoreboard at an angle, nothing fancy, I haven't done any measuring at all. I'm just going to pop a score line in there now. So Tracy, no, I've just stamped direct straight onto the card, sweetheart. There isn't any stuck elements at the moment. So I'm just reading the lovely comments. So Leslie has the Gossip ink bottles. Can you demo these? Is it the glass bottles, Leslie? Gossip inking bottles. Is that the glass bottles? Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop a score line across here so we get like a folded down corner. So let's go. It doesn't really matter where you go if I'm completely honest. Now it depends on how deep you want your pocket. You'll angle your card a little bit more. Okay, so let's go here. I'm just going to go for it. There we go. So what we've got is that score line, which is just at the top of our card there. If you can see that there, you can see that score line just down that bottom corner there. So I'll just get rid of that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this back. So we've created looks like our card's being folded back. Can we see that there? So I've got like this folded element here. Can we see that there? But before we go ahead and do anything else with that pocket, we're going to bring in our lovely pieces that we die cut in a different colour green. So I have 1, 2, 3, and then we have the 4th one, which I haven't coloured as of yet. I'm not sure if we'll need it. We might do, we might not. So let's just set our station aside a little bit. Let's just get a bit of tidiness on there. So what we're going to do is we're going to embellish this card even further. But what we're going to do is we're going to pop these on in between or just as a drop shadow, but we're going to 3D them and then we're going to cut the parts off. So let's just start with our first piece first. Let's get some small pads. Now you need small pads because the big ones won't go behind. So that's 1. I'm going to do all 3. I might not use them, but I am going to do them to just save myself a little bit of time. If you have your gels and things like that, you can use your 3D gels with the syringes and things like that. Like so. So they're all good to go now. 1, 2, 3. And they are huge elements, but we can trim them down. And it's better for them to be big and be able to trim them down than them be too small and try and make them bigger. So I'm so pleased you've all found the HD button. I bet do I need to look like I need to sort out my hair now you've all found the HD button. Crazy, hey. So what we're going to do is this flap here is going to show our sentiment on here. Now I have, let's see what's in the set. So let's go for You Are the Best. So I'm just going to pop this onto my acrylic block, and again, if you're not the most confident stamper, please use your platforms. I would hate for you to ruin your work at the last minute. So I'm just inking this one up. No, my delivery's still not come. I have a few pads, I've literally been digging them out, but I haven't had a delivery as of yet. So I'm just popping these down here on this flap, so we can see how we've got our sentiment there on that flap, and I'll just let that dry. So let's go back to our lovely card here. So you can practically, I don't know if you can see that there, let's just move that out of the way. Let's take the pads off and go for it, and you'll see what I'm trying to explain. Sometimes I find that I can't explain it until I've actually done it for you. Like so. So let's go, and I wouldn't overcrowd the card if you can avoid it. Try and just maybe take some of the embellishments over the edge, and like I say, we're going to cut off the excess. So we're going to go that one there. Let's cut the excess off. Let's find my scissors, my proper scissors. So I'm just going to turn the card over. That was lucky, wasn't it? I didn't hit a pad there. So can we see the detail there now on there? Let's just set that aside. And then let's do our next one. So basically, when you're putting your pads and your 3D in the second part up, you need to stay away from your flap that has your sentiment on there. So when that can we see that there? So when that comes down, we don't want to go out of style too much, so let's go there, and then our last one, we'll trim them all off together. And then this one, shall go a little bit higher because I've left a bit of a space there, haven't I? Let's see what it looks like if we tuck that bit over and this bit under. There we go, let's go for that. Like so. So you can see it's like awful at the moment, but you can see where it's sort of going, can't you? You can see that obviously you've got dimension on there instantly, and then when I trim away those ugly edges, turn our card over, and I always find that this is the best way to get rid of any overhang. Turn your card over and follow the back of the card. You just seem to get a straighter impression. So turn this one over. And then we get rid of all those ugly bits, and then all of a sudden we have our card coming together. It's still not finished. So you can see here, can you see the dimension? It's so deceiving, but really, really effective. So now we're going to pin our flap back, but what I would encourage, I mean, you can pin it flat if you like it like that, but what I would encourage is to lift some of the leaves that you've maybe cut with your die cut over the top. Let's just get this one. Can we see that here? And it just creates that little bit more dimension, and then you get your beautiful image popping through here. So let's just get a pad for the back of here. And then lift your leaves up, and then pin that one down with your pad. Can we see there? Really, really pretty, and it's just in green, and you've just got that, but it's still not finished. Okay, so the other one that we had just die cut, I'm just going to pop a little bit of the Twisted Citron, was it? So we used Lucky Clover on the front, and I'm just going to pop some of the Twisted Citron onto here, and I'm just going to colour this other one. But for the inside of the card, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to 3D the one that's on the inside of the card, because it's going to create bulk. We've already got quite a bit going on the front, and I think if we start 3Ding inside as well, it's going to create bulk. Now, if you do like bulk, you can 3D, you can obviously do whatever you please, it's your card. But I'm going to go flat, I think. She says, we'll see when I come to pop this together. So just that lovely light wash of that lovely Twisted Citron on there. And then this one that we've done here, which is quite pretty, I'm going to sort of, I'll just open the card, I'm going to offset so it looks like a bunch. Does that make sense? Or is it going a bit funny on the eye? No, it's not. And we'll just offset like so. So we've got a bunch in this corner. I am going to go flat, but you could 3D. And if you've got a pretty twine bow or something that looks like it's connecting it all together, that would look quite pretty too. So I'm just going to pop this up here in this top corner, and you could stamp a beautiful sentiment here for a loved one if you wanted to. Just like that, grab a second. And then we'll just grab our scissors, just turn it over, get rid of that excess. So we can see you've got a beautiful embellishment, which, albeit this is stuck flat, it's still three-dimensional, I find. And I really, really like the effect you get with that one. So this card is not finished though. What we need to do is we need to make it look like we've pinned this corner down. So we need to make, maybe you could pop a brad if you have a brad, but I'm just going to pop a sparkly gem and make it look like we've pinned it back. So I'm just going to grab a gem, and this is going to be on a gold card, and we're going to mat it a little bit different today. So I'm just seeing if I have got one of those gold gems that we used yesterday, and my son hasn't had his hands in the, oh there we go, in the sparkly gems, because it happens. It's so funny. We are a gem family lover. It's great. That cannot be true, Sheila. I'm just reading the comments. Sheila, there is not. Please don't say that. Oh, it's difficult, isn't it, to explain to the little ones. So I'm going to pop this one just there, so it looks like the pocket's being pinned back, and it just to give it maybe a little bit of sparkle and that extra added dimension on there. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to pop this onto the card blank. Now what I'm going to do is I have a piece of gold here, and I'm not going to just do your traditional matte and layer, albeit it would look beautiful and it will look lovely on a card front, but what we're going to do is we're going to do something different. So I'm just going to grab my tape pen, like so, and I am going to use a little bit of glue too. And I'm just going to pop this on this gold cardstock, but what I am going to do is I'm going to do it flush at the bottom, and the border is going to go down the left, the top and the right, but the card white is going to be flush with the base of this gold here, and you'll see why in a second, because it's going to be, the black gold part is going to be part of my card blank. So I'll just give that, a second to grab. Make sure it's straight. So you can see if I just open this card here, oh, it's just moved slightly, let's just move it over a bit, there we go. You see here the white is flush with the gold, so I've only got gold across the right, across the top and across the base. You can do the traditional mat and layering, but I'm just trying to show you maybe sometimes if we chop and change, give that a little bit of dimension, a curl on there. Sometimes chop and change the way that we mat and layer, you get a lovely card. So that's card number 1. See that there? So you get the inside, and then you get the beautiful front on there, and it's just mat and layered onto some gold, just completely used it in a different way. And that's just using a leaf stamp. So if you haven't got this stamp, you will have a leaf stamp in your stash, guaranteed. Very modern and fresh. Thank you, Janet, that's super kind. It is actually modern and fresh, something maybe a little bit different, and I know you can all achieve that one at home. So white onto gold. Let me just quickly move on to one that I started to show you how different it looks with florals. So that's one with the leaves. Let me just give that a really good crease line down there so it doesn't open as wide. There we go, that's better. So let's set this one aside and let's move on to this one. So I'm just going to sit down again. So here you can see I've used the lovely flower stamp, and what I did was, me being me, I could not be bothered to mask off the leaves to create the background leaves. So what I did was I just painted some lines, and then I popped some detail in with my pen. I did it on the front and I did it here on this embellishment here. But if you've got the stamps and you have got the patience to mask off, then you can do that. But I just wanted to do this one for speed to show you how different it looks in the florals. So I've popped over some sparkle on there too. So let's make this one into a card. Let's just swap that one out. Shall we go for the same sentiment? Let's go for the same, and then you can tell me which one you like the best. So I'm going for You're the Best again. And I'm going to pop it onto this flap. And with this one, we have done absolutely no 3D in. So I just wanted you to see the difference between completely flat and one that was 3D'd, and then you'll be able to let me know which you like the best. Let's pop a gem on there to bring it together. We will not go gold, we will go different. Let's go pinky gold. Let's pop this on this corner and make it look like it's been pinned back. There we go, so that's the one in pink. Can we see that there? And completely flat. Now let's pop this, and it's got the detail on the inside too. And then let's turn our card over. And we're going to use some glue as well. And what we're going to do this time is we're going to mount it onto some of this lovely coppery coloured card. I'll just stand up again. And this time we're going to do exactly the same as we did with our leaves, but this time completely flat. And I'm going to make sure that my card blank is flush with the base of the coloured card, like last time. So I'll just give that a second to grab. Yeah, it'll look lovely with a daisy stamp as well. Let's just open that one out. Give that a good old push down. And I'll just give it a good crease across that score line there. And there we have another one which you could sparkle or make as posh or as fancy as you like. So that's so this is a flat one, and this is the dimensional one. I don't know which one you want, which one you like the best. You'll have to let me all know. Let's just see if, let me just have a quick read of any of the comments. So I think the leaf one is in the lead. Is that because of the dimension, do we think? Maybe, because I think if we'd have put dimension on the floral one, you might have liked that one, because I know how much you and I all love florals. But it is nice to like leaves, and you will have leaves in your stash. So there we go, 2 super quick and easy cards, basically from scratch. I know I did the floral one, coloured it a little bit before time, but the green one was from scratch. So I know that you can make some quick and simple cards. So if it's okay, I'm just going to go through Craft Academy. Now I have set up a display behind me, and due to all wanting to see the cards behind me, we have changed our setup a little bit, and Tim's been working on setting up another camera and the lighting to show you the samples a little bit closer than you would traditionally see them. So we've just popped this one on the camera here for you to see. So I hope you can see those. Have we done a good job? So this is the first stamp that we are launching for our Craft Academy, okay, which starts a week on Monday. So basically it's a 12-week program where you can buy the stamp if you want to, you can come along for the inspiration, and you can join us for 12 weeks. It's not a program that you have to commit to at all. It's just a program where you can hop, skip, or jump through what you like and what you don't like. And it's a program that we've brought forward from the back end of summer to now, due to the fact that you're all probably going to be at home and needing some distraction of some form, albeit crafting is a big part of everybody's life anyway. So if you do want to craft along, all you need to do, and you would like the stamp, this is the first stamp in the collection, and you would like to craft along, you just need to pop FBL into the search engine on our website, and you will see it in there, all the products that we use live on air, and you will be able to pop it in your basket and we'll get it straight out to you. As soon as they are here, we'll get them straight out to you, and you will be able to craft along with me in studio. It won't be 1 live hour, it will be for a week up until we show you the next stamp, which is in week 2, which I've been working on today. And then I'll show you that one, and then the following week we'll be working on that one for a week, and it's 12 weeks. So hopefully it will keep us all entertained and, you know, push our boundaries. This is not a stamp that you will probably see me do normally. I'm pushing my own boundaries and I'm pushing your boundaries at home. I want you to try new things. It's a huge stamp. It's going to make us step out of our comfort zone. So that is the stamp in a sense. What I'm going to just quickly show you is the rest of the program, so you can cherry pick the weeks that you like and the weeks you probably think, do you know what, I've got something in my stash that's going to work exactly the same as that one. So quickly I will just give you a rundown. I'm sorry if you have seen all the stamps already, but I appreciate we have got new viewers and I am getting still a lot of questions about it. If you could help me out in the sense that if you do see anybody asking about it on Facebook or on social media, if you have a little bit of knowledge about it, I know a lot of you have been waiting already and have a little bit of knowledge, please answer the questions and help them out. It's just simply because I miss a lot of the questions, I miss a lot of the issues. I get a lot of personal messages which are not, I wouldn't say not important, but when somebody has a problem, they get missed in all the other messages. So if you do see anybody asking about it, just let them know, okay? Oh, thank you. You are all too kind to me. You are. So the first one is the lovely set of stairs, which you can see. Oh, it's a bit messy now. I have been using it, but you've got the lovely set of stairs, which is going to give you these beautiful samples on the back here. And this one is one that I did this morning. And can you see I painted the staircase in a metallic gold paint? Is it picking that up? There we go. I've painted it in a metallic gold paint to make it look like a really ornate staircase. There we go. And that is just, it took me like 5 minutes. I think the matte and layering took me longer than the actual painting of the card on there. So we'll be able to craft along and do it together. So that's the staircase. Let's move that one away. Then we have the lovely hands. This is really going to make you step out of your box. So you've got the 2 lovely sentiments that I used on the cards yesterday. And then this heart here, we've made it solid simply because you'll be able to do your watercolour like Aurora Borealis skies and your trees within the heart. You know, the lovely heart sign that I always do, sending love. So it's just a very uplifting stamp set is that one. I'm not going to spend ages on these guys, I know you've seen them. And then we have the beautiful blossom, grateful, be inspired. It's huge, this is A5, you can see on the size of my hand. By the way, this card here, I'll just pop it in. This card here is 8 by 8, so you can see how big that stamp is. It's an 8 by 8 card. Okay, so it just go, that was a super big stamp. They're not all super big though, but the majority are. And then we have this one. So this one is You Are My Adventure. You can see I've been playing with this one too, so I have lots of finished samples for you. Beautiful for paths, rivers, gorgeous. Then we have the Silhouette Roses. So you can watercolour these too if you want to, and maybe look like an artist. I think a lot of you will be looking at this wondering, I'm not sure about those, and this is probably going to be the most popular one. This is the underdog, I'm thinking. Then we have Stay Positive Swing. So you have your lovely swing on there. You can see that you can cut around 3D if you want to. Pop a landscape, a sunset behind in the corner. Gorgeous. Then we have our ornate window with a beautiful creeper around the base of the window there, and then we've got Thanks and Be Happy. This one's going to look cool in painted with that gold metallic paint. Traditional Stamps by Me, Tulips and Daisies, no line watercolouring as we do with our stencils, so super gorgeous. That's that one. Then we have two of our beautiful borders. These shapes went down an absolute storm last time, so that's why we've done two. We've done like a sunflower-esque one with the large open spaces, then a foliagey one with the tulips just creeping in, and then Thank You and Wild Soul. And then great for a Christmas card, this one. So we have the cabin and the tree and the bridge over the water. But again, silhouette, tone on tone colours, just watercolours, just enjoy them. I think they're going to be beautiful. And then lastly, we have the birch trees on there as well. So if you stamp this in a colour, then put clear embossing over the top, then you could pop a sunset in here in the background. It'd look like a sun was rising in the background there. There is so much scope for all of these stamps, and I truly believe they are going to test you and they are going to test me, and it's sometimes good to be tested and try new techniques because you never know unless you try them, do you? So I hope you like them. I hope you like today's cards. Very clean, very simple, but something a little bit different. So try them 3D or try them absolutely flat. You'll have to let me know how you all get on. I am back with you tomorrow at 3 p.m. and we're going to do something totally different tomorrow at 3 o'clock. So whatever you're doing, stay safe, stay cozy. The sun is out, but stay at home if you can. Particularly if you have health issues, please stay at home. Okay, I will speak to you all later. See you all at 3 tomorrow. Bye guys.